Rough start to the road trip for the Padres in Baltimore as Griffin Canning buries San Diego again. The Padres never recover in a 7-3 loss to Baltimore that had stink all over it. This is your Padres Postcast, and it starts right now.
This is the Padres Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Diego Padres. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Why, oh why, is Griffin Canning still on the San Diego Padres? Still doesn't have a win. This dude is trash, and every single time he pitches, the Padres almost have no chance to win. I'm Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease. This is your Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day, and the #1 sports podcast network. Man, what a tough one. I'm telling you what, as we get it started here, I have a live camera right on me, and of course, wouldn't you know it, I did not put the rundown along the side for you, and I apologize for that. Live on camera, we're going to try to do it here as we let you know what happened in the game, but I will tell you this, the Padres open up the road trip on the wrong foot.
This is what you'll be talking about.
All right, I don't know if I am able to do this or not. You're going to have to bear with me. I'm going to give it a shot, do the best I can as we continue here on the Postcast. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Let's see if it lets me in here. It will. And we'll remove that real quick. And we're going to do this in real time. So if you just bear with me, there's nothing else I can do literally right now, but it looks ridiculous without the rundown there, and I need to get it in there. So I am going to do it right now as we finish live. I mean, what else are you going to do when you lose 7-3, right? I mean, this isn't going to be my best show. I had it all worked out for you. And not every game can be a Fernando Tatis Jr. walk-off either. And so there you go. But right now, we're at least going to get this rundown up here for you so you can see the disaster for yourself along the right side of the screen, as we will have that ready for you. Un momento, por favor, and check that out, right? So unbelievable when you think about what the Padres have been doing lately, just finding more and more ways to lose games. And usually the back end of the rotation has been a big part of the problem, the culprit. There you go. All right. See that in real time. How about that? Multiple devices at once, like an octopus. And man, oh man, better to get it up now than never at all. And I just realized what I said, but I'm talking about the rundown, guys. Get your mind out of the gutter. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease with your postcast. And now I can tell you what we're talking about here on the show, which is not a whole lot of good, right? I mean, we're talking about Griffin Canning putting the Padres in a hole. And I'm wondering, every time out, he's getting trashed, right? He's getting ripped. He's getting tattooed. He's walking leadoff guys. He walked 5 guys tonight. 3 of them scored. He did kind of tone it down a little bit, got you a scoreless inning, had an inning with 1 run, saved the bullpen a little without the complete meltdown, but 7-3, the early hole, and they actually took the lead. You know, they scored the first run of the game, and then they gave up 3 in the bottom of the first. We'll give you all that as we move along here, but 7 earned runs in 5 innings, 6 hits, 5 walks, 2 homers allowed by Canning. The ERA is over 7. He is 0-5. 0-5. 0-5 between Canning and Waldron and Marquez. Man, Buehler's actually solidified himself, but the rest of them, man, just an absolute disaster for the Padres. And again, 7-3 the final. The Padres out hit 8-7. Just 1 more hit for the Orioles and 1 error for Baltimore. Baz, the win. He was the starter for the Orioles, 4-6 now, 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs. And Griffin Canning, I gave you his line. He is 0-5. The Pod struck first. Gavin Sheets with an RBI double scoring Fernando. And then the Orioles got 3, punctuated by a Basayo home run to make it 3-1. Fernando singles in Ty France to make it 3-2. In the top of the second, you're going, all right, here we go. Let's make it a ball game. And then Canning, here he is again. Holiday with a sac fly. Alonso with a single, 2 runs in there. So 3 runs scored that inning by the Orioles. Gunnar Henderson with a homer in the 4th, and Gavin Sheets with an RBI single in the 5th. And that would be all she wrote for the scoring in the game. You know, I just don't know how much longer you can keep running pitchers out here like Canning and Waldron. I mean, I know that, you know, Musgrove is out probably most of the year now, and Pivetta as well is on the 60-day and just went on the 60-day. But you got to be able to find some big league pitching somewhere, right? I mean, these guys are not big league pitchers. put him down in Double-A, he'll probably still get ripped, man. I would just say get him out of here. Giolito hasn't been any good either. The back end of the rotation has murdered the Padres. It's destroying the bullpen. And when you combine it with the lack of run production, even today, 3 runs, they could have had a lot more. They're just not getting it done offensively again. And they're not, they had the walk-off the other day. You're going to win some games just by sheer virtue of that it's a long season and things are going to happen. But 100th career home run for Gunnar Henderson, 3-hit night for him. And real quick, 1 in the first for San Diego, 3 in the bottom of the first for Baltimore, 1 in the second for the Padres, 3 in the second. So 6 runs allowed in the first 2 innings by Canning, 7 overall. And the Padres, they give up 1 in the fourth and then got 1 back in the fifth. And that's your 7-3 rundown there. But unbelievable. Samuel Basallo with a homer, Henderson with the rip shot, 5th straight victory for the O's. But, it doesn't make any sense. You have Manny, who used to play for the Orioles. He had a couple of hits today, 2 for 4 from Manny. Jackson Merrill's from Baltimore. Gavin Sheets, who had 2 hits, is from Baltimore. Shane Baz, 5 innings, 6 hits. But Anthony Nunez, Keegan Aiken, Yenier Cano, and Andrew Kittredge, 1 hit in 4 scoreless innings of relief. That's all the Padres could muster off the Orioles bullpen. And their bullpen's not that good. High ERAs, but it is what it is. And you just can't help it sometimes. Just Mama said there'd be days like these, and you're just hoping it doesn't turn into Mama said there'd be years like these. And it's starting to kind of go in that direction now, is it not? So anyway, it's your Padres postcast on your Friday night. Locked On Podcast Network, your team, the Pods, the Friars. Every single day you see Canning behind me on the screen. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. We're live on YouTube, and we upload, you download. Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, and of course Roku. You download OTT. Yeah, you know me. I'm impressed with my recovery there. That's better than any recovery the Padres have had this year with all that. I apologize for that open. I'm going to hear about that one, and that was ridiculous. So anyway, the one thing I forgot, but we put it up. So it bothers me when I see starting pitching in the big leagues just go out there over and over again, walk the leadoff hitter. You walk 5 guys, 3 of them score, and look, the Padres offense isn't helping you any. I'm not taking any of the blame off of them. And I think that Wandy and Morgan did a really good job tonight in 2 and 3 innings now. 1 2/3 and 1 1/3, 3 innings out of the bullpen, scoreless tonight for the Pods. Both bullpens were great. But, San Diego, when you look at it tonight, I mean, they were 4 for 14 again with runners in scoring position. That's been their Achilles heel on offense all year long. And, they left 8 guys on base. Fernando, 1 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored. Merrill, 0 for 5, hitting 202, man, 202. Manny, why you bugging? Starting to heat up maybe a little bit. 2 for 4 with a run scored, up to 178 with the average and 256 with the on-base percentage. Xander Bogaerts is back. 1 for 3 for him tonight. Gavin Sheets, 2 for 4 with 2 runs driven in. And he had a good night coming back home. He lives in Baltimore. Baltimore kid. His dad, Larry, played for the Orioles. Samad Taylor, 1 for 4. France, 0 for 3 with 3. Count them, 3 strikeouts. I see London. I see strikeouts. Wagner 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts for Mean. Back to his old self. He's 0 for 4. Meanwhile, for the O's, it was Gunnar Henderson, 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Big night for him. He's hitting 226, but he might be getting hot right about now, which is bad news for the Padres for this weekend. O'Neill was 2 for 4. Meanwhile, out of the bullpen for the Padres, I told you about Wandy and Morgan. Gave you Canning's line. I don't want to give it again. Wandy an inning and 2/3, 1 hit, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Don't like the walks. Morgan an inning and a third, just a hit, 2 Ks. Meanwhile, Baz, 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks. And then you look at Nunez, an inning, scoreless with 2 strikeouts. Akin, 1 inning, 1 hit. Cano, 1 inning, 3 strikeouts. And Kittredge, a scoreless inning as well. The Padres struck out 6 times today, not matching their usual output. And they struck out 11 hitters. Their pitchers did. But when your starting pitcher gives up 6 runs in the first 2 innings, what in the world are you going to do? What you going to do, brother? But we got to go to break in a minute. But before we do,
time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Can we say when they got off the plane? I'm just kidding. No, 6 runs in the first 2 innings. There you go. That's your turning point. 3 in the first, 3 in the second, allowed by Griffin Canning, and it was a disaster from the beginning. They scored 1 run at the top of the first. Sheets, double scoring Fernando, but, Rushman with a sac fly and the walk to Pete Alonso's second walk of the inning. Ward walks to lead it off. You get a single first and third, nobody out. Right after you score a run and take the lead, you're on a road trip, you strike first, and your starting pitcher gives you absolutely no chance. Speaking of which, who fudged up? Second guess, X Factor player of the game on the way. We'll take you through the inning by inning breakdown, and of course, we'll get you ready for tomorrow. And Randy Vasquez is going to try to get the Padres back into the win column. Uphill battle to win the series. First of 3 straight series on the road, St. Louis and Atlanta. After this, I don't think it's Atlanta, actually. I'll update you on that. I think the Braves come into San Diego after that. It's Texas. It's St. Louis, then Texas, and then Atlanta at home. See that? It clicked and it registered. All right, quick break. We give you some great deals from our sponsors, and then we come back and keep it rolling on your Padres postcast. Keep it here. The Cash App card lets you personalize your card design. Mine would probably have something sports related on it, no doubt. Whether it's a team logo inspired design, a basketball, or something that reflects what I'm passionate about, it'd be a lot more interesting than a standard debit card. Man, if you weren't up to speed already, Cash App is way more than just a safe way to send and receive money. With the Cash App card, you unlock a ton of perks. I've been using it for years. No hidden fees. You get benefits like exclusive early access to nationwide concert pre-sales, Kendrick Lamar, Sabrina Carpenter, to name a couple recent examples, plus discounts on everyday purchases and popular brands you're probably already spending money on. Add your card to the digital wallet to make your money move easier. Cash App also adds security to your money by declining suspicious card transactions and sending you a notification to make sure the payment is really you. If your card is ever lost or stolen, you can lock it with just one tap right in the app. Spend with confidence with the Cash App card today. New Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use the code CashApp10. That's $10 you can earn if you use the Cash App 10 code in your profile at sign up and send a $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Again, $10 if you use the code CashApp10 in the profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply for Cash App on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Workplace chaos can show up fast. The problem is that finding the right candidate can take a lot more time than businesses can afford. That's where Indeed Sponsored Jobs comes in. Indeed, Sponsored Jobs helps you reach candidates who actually fit what you're looking for based on skills, experience, and location. Sorry, there shouldn't have been a comma there. Finding the right person can make all the difference, whether it's building a business or building a winning team. Think about a player, coach, executive, or key addition who ended up being the perfect fit for an organization. Not necessarily the biggest name, but the right fit. Some of the best moves organizations make aren't always the splashiest ones. Sometimes it's finding the right person who fits exactly what the team needs at the right moment. That's what stood out to me here, and it's the same idea behind Indeed Sponsored Jobs, helping connect organizations with candidates who are the right fit from the start. No doubt about that. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results. When you need the right person to cut through the chaos, this is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs. And listeners of this show, viewers as well, will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help you get the premium status for your job that it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Just go to Indeed.com/podcast right now. Support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And one more for you. Baseball season here now. You can trade every game on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every single game. See how we said it both ways for you there. And you're looking at games right now, Texas and Boston coming up on June 12th, the Yankees in Toronto, Texas and Boston. The Red Sox have a win probability of 54%. The payout's 179. The Yankees at Toronto, Yankees with a win probability of 51%. The payout is also 179. So a $100 trade will pay out some good money for you if you win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use the code LOCKEDON to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade on everything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Even contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Event contract trading, that is. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory. Got to do some work on that copy. One thing we don't have to do some work on copy-wise, get your daily San Diego Padres coverage completely ad-free by joining the Everydayer Club today. Start your 7-day free trial right now. Hey, it's your tomorrow, and get closer to your team, the Pods, the Friars, without the interruptions. Click the link in the show notes or go to lockedonpadres.supercast.com to claim your free trial and join the San Diego Padres Everydayer Club right now on Locked On Padres on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team, your Pods, your Friars, even today. All right, it's Grease. It's the postcast. We are wrapping it up. Un momento. Randy Vasquez on the mound tomorrow. Pods with the loss, by the way. They fall to 35-33, 16-14 on the road with this one, and they have just been atrocious lately. And you know this, obviously. I don't have to keep saying it, although somehow and for some reason I still do. But, man, Griffin Canning is the story today. Just absolutely atrocious as we get into the awards time of the show. And we'll start with...
Uh-oh, somebody messed up, and it's time to let them know with who fudged up.
Griffin Canning gives up a 6th spot in the first 2 innings. When the Padres scored 1 run in each of the first 2, they jump out to the early 1-0 lead. Falls behind 3-1. They chip away, make it 3-2. He gives up 3 more, 1 for good measures in the 4th inning. 7 runs allowed by Griffin Canning, winless as a Padre. He allowed about as many runs as his ERA today. His ERA goes up to 7.17. 5 innings, 6 hits, 7 earned runs, 5 walks, 6 Ks, 2 home runs. 3 of the 5 guys he walked came around to score. Yeah, he's been absolutely awful, and I don't understand why they keep running him out there. He did save the bullpen a little bit by staying in the game and not getting completely ripped even more after that. But to come out and allow a 6th spot in the first 2 innings, he knows this, right? He knows this. They're adults. They're big boys. They can handle it. I'm not yelling about kids here. It is what it is, which leads me to...
Since hindsight is always 20/20, let's deliver today's second guess.
I mean, I don't really have much of a second guess. The one thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to keep harping on it, is dun, 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 Craig Stammen's musical lineups. Merrill back in the 2-hole. Gavin Sheets at 5. Taylor moved up to 6. France all the way down at 7. He's been up at 3. Wagner down at 8. He was up at 5. Fermin at 9. I just, dude, like, you're not in Little League, man. You can stick with the lineup. Maybe that would help. I don't know. I don't want to be too picky on Stammen. There's not much you can do when your pitchers just go out there and do that. And then your lineup's not scoring runs, which leads me to...
It's time to reveal who made the biggest under-the-radar impact with today's X Factor.
I'm going to go with both bullpens. Both bullpens scoreless. The Pods had 3 innings of scoreless relief, and the Orioles 4. So 7 shutout innings of relief combined by the 2 bullpens today. That's what I call an X Factor, and that leads me to...
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Padres player of the game. Man, Morgan had a good solid inning. Fernando had a run scored, but he was 1 for 5. Manny 2 for 4 with a run scored, starting to hit. But the player of the game for the Pods, Gavin Sheets, 2 for 4, 2 RBIs in his return to his hometown of Baltimore. But the player of the game, without a doubt, was Gunnar Henderson. 3 for 3 with the homer, 2 runs scored, had the RBI, also walked. So on base all 4 times, a great shortstop. The average all the way up to 226. Hasn't had a great year, but he had an amazing game today. And he is your player of the game, even though he doesn't play for the Padres. And, of course, tomorrow, the Padres and Orioles will go at 1:05 Pacific, 10 o'clock a.m., 10:05, I believe, on Sunday. But Randy Vasquez and Trey Gibson, who doesn't even have a photo in the game preview in the little circle, you know what I'm saying? But Vasquez, 5-4, 3.63 ERA, started off like a house of fire. You know the story. He hasn't been all that great lately. But Trey Gibson's 1-1 with a 4.24. Take the over tomorrow. But we will see. The game starts at 1:05 Pacific time, and the odds are the Orioles minus 131 on the money line. They opened at minus 126. The total is 9.5. The over is minus 115. The under at minus 105. And on the run line, it's plus 1.5 for the Padres and minus 1.5 for the Orioles. So just not a good day for San Diego. Again, Griffin Canning ripped, allows 6 runs in the first 2 innings. The Pods scored twice in the first 2 frames and then again in the 5th, but the 4 Orioles relievers held them to just 1 hit. They couldn't get it going offensively after that. And honestly, with what Canning did, just couldn't help it. The one silver lining here is you didn't burn the bullpen. Wandy and Morgan, so you're going to have everybody lined up. Your big dogs. Tell me what it's like to be the big dog, like Mason Miller and all those guys, Adam and them lined up So we will see how the rest of this series plays out. Again, you got pretty much the 1 o'clock start and the 10 o'clock start West Coast these next 2 days, and then it's on to Texas or St. Louis, then Texas, St. Louis, and then Texas. All right, before we let you go, I want to say thank you for tuning in to your Padres Postcast today. We'll be here tomorrow, as I said. Make sure you subscribe and follow Locked On Padres. You get all the latest episodes. If you never miss an episode, the Everydayer Club is built for you. Get Locked On Padres ad-free, members-only Discord access with Javi Reyes and more. Head to lockedonpadres.supercast.com to join the club. Get your 7-day free trial. For those of you on video, we send you to the first ever 24/7 National Locked On Podcast Network YouTube channel. On audio, for your second listen, go check out the Locked On MLB. And as always, keep your game tight and your mind right. Jim Greasehaber at @JimGrease_. Call me Grease, of course. Every single day, we are grateful for you for being here and helping us, as we are the #1 sports podcast network in the world. Hopefully the pods turn it around soon, but if not, at least we have each other. We'll see you tomorrow.